In a world built entirely on lies, the most dangerous thing you can possess is the truth. Look at the money in your pocket. Look at the balance in your bank account. What is it? It is a promise. It is a promise from a government that is $37 trillion in debt. It is a promise from a central bank that has admitted it wants to devalue that money to pay off the debt. It is a promise based on faith and credit. But faith is fleeing, and the credit is maxed out. But somewhere, in a server farm in Iceland, or a basement in Texas, or a hydro plant in El Salvador, a machine hums. It solves a puzzle. It verifies a block. And every 10 minutes, without fail, without permission, and without mercy, it tells the truth. Today, December 4th, 2025, we are staring at a phenomenon that defies the laws of modern economics, the 4-year cycle. If you look at the price of Bitcoin today, you might see volatility, you might see chaos, but if you zoom out, you see a metronome, a heartbeat. Every 4 years, the supply of new Bitcoin is cut in half. It is called the halving. It is the only monetary policy in human history that is set in stone. The Federal Reserve meets every 6 weeks to decide how much money to print based on feelings and data. They are guessing. Bitcoin does not guess. It knows. It knows that there will only ever be 21 million coins. It knows that scarcity is the only defense against a world of infinite printing. I used to work in the towers of Wall Street. I sat in the meetings where they laughed at this magic internet money. They called it a Ponzi scheme. They called it rat poison. But while they were laughing, they were quietly building the infrastructure to steal it from you. Do not mistake the BlackRock ETFs for adoption. That is not adoption. That is colonization. Larry Fink and the masters of the universe realized they couldn't kill Bitcoin, so they decided to financialize it. They want to turn it into paper Bitcoin. They want you to buy the ETF, the IOU, the claim on the coin, while they hold the keys. They want to do to Bitcoin what they did to gold in 1971, control the price by selling paper claims that exceed the real supply. But here's why they will fail. You cannot print Bitcoin. You cannot rehypothecate the blockchain. The ledger is open. It is the only transparent thing in a financial system designed to be opaque. The 4-year cycle is not just about price. It is a stress test for the fiat system. Every 4 years, the issuance drops. Every 4 years, the contrast between the hardening of Bitcoin and the softening of the dollar becomes more violent. In 2025, we are witnessing the collision of two unstoppable forces: the unstoppable expansion of the U.S. debt and the unstoppable scarcity of the Bitcoin network. When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, something breaks. And what is breaking is the trust in the old system. You hear people say, "It's too late. I missed the boat. Bitcoin is too expensive." That is the thinking of a gambler. You are looking at the price in dollars. You are measuring the lifeboat by the value of the water that is drowning you. Stop measuring Bitcoin in dollars. Measure dollars in Bitcoin. The dollar is crashing against reality. Bitcoin is just the mirror reflecting the crash. The cycle we are in right now, the 2025 cycle, is different from the others. In 2017, it was retail speculators. In 2021, it was tech companies. In 2025, it is nation-states.
We are seeing sovereign countries quietly accumulating. We are seeing energy producers mining to monetize stranded power. The game theory has escalated. If the US dollar fails, and the math says it must, what replaces it? It won't be the yuan. It won't be the euro. It will be the only neutral asset in the world. This isn't about getting rich. If you treat this as a casino, you will lose. The volatility is the price you pay for performance. The architect's rule is simple: self-custody. Not your keys, not your coins. If your Bitcoin is on an exchange, it is not yours. It is a loan to a company that might be the next FTX. If your Bitcoin is in an ETF, it is a permission slip from the government. True ownership is the ability to memorize 12 words and cross a border with your entire net worth in your head. That is freedom, and that is why they hate it. That is why they will try to tax it, ban it, regulate it, and demonize it. They cannot control it, so they must destroy your access to it. The 2025 cycle is the final warning. The window to exit the fiat system with significant purchasing power is closing. As the death spiral accelerates, the government will implement capital controls. They will make it hard to move dollars into crypto. They will implement CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, to trap you in their walled garden. Bitcoin is the escape hatch. It is the parallel system. It is the Plan B. On this day, ask yourself, do you trust the Federal Reserve Chairman, a man appointed by politicians who can print your savings away with a keystroke? Or do you trust the code? Mathematics does not lie. Politicians do. The cycle is peaking. The supply is shrinking. The demand is infinite. Tick-tock, next block. I am the architect, and I will see you tomorrow.